Hey guys, last night they're telling me in a dream, uh, referring to me as a new king, and all new kings are adopted. I don't know what they meant by that. I am not adopted, you know. And so my parents had me, you know what I mean? I was not adopted or whatsoever, okay? And that's what they're saying in a dream, trying to bestow this lies and stuff about me. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, it's an artificial dream. It does not mean anything, okay? They can say whatever they want, okay? I'm not going to respond to it. They said that, they said that about the Virgin Mary. They said the Virgin Mary is not virgin, and they even call her a whore. And they call her all these names, and they call her, because the Virgin Mary, the Queen of Heaven, whore of Palan, and all of that, okay, they are referring to the same person. So Kali is the same person, Kali, whore of Babylon, and Queen of Heaven. All of them are referring to the same one, same Virgin Mary as well, And they said about her, she's not a virgin, she's a whore, and all of that. All this jazz, They said that about a holy person, The Queen of Heaven hold the first spark, of creation, the purest, And they made people to believe she was, they call her names as I just mentioned and stuff. And she's not, So when you think of Queen of Heaven, you're going to think of her of a lower or negative aspect, right? But the Virgin Mary, Isa's mother, or the Jesus' mother, she is not a whore or any of that names they call her. She is the purest. She holds the purest light of creation, okay? And so, if they said that about someone who is the purest, for them to tell me that I'm adopted, it does not mean anything. It doesn't mean, I know I'm not adopted, so it doesn't, they always say something to you to evoke emotion, some sort of emotion. They want you to respond to it and to say something, That's what they do. That's why they talk to me in a dream, They're always talking to me in a dream to try to get me to react to something. From this moment on, I'm not going to talk about dreams anymore. Okay, guys? I am not going to mention a dream, and I'm not going to say whatever they tell me in a dream. I'm just going to wake up and I'm going to forget it, I am not going to respond to it anymore. Okay? So, guys, that's what you guys need to do. Do not respond to their dreams or manipulation and stuff. They're calling the Virgin Mary names and stuff. The Queen of Heaven is the same person. Kali is the same person. They're telling you all that. They call her all this name when in reality she is not. Oh, because when you call her a name, that is so demeaning, you're taken away from her authority and dominion, right? You're taken away from her purity. So you are basically, lower her stature. You understand? So that's the game they play. They're gonna find out. Doing that, it's gonna invoke a judgment on them. They know. But anyhow, it's not my say to say, but then it's just something I wanted them to bring it to their attention. For them to say something like that is gonna, bring on judgment. Okay? That's what it is. Because that something could not be forgiven. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. And I'm not gonna moving forward, guys. This is my last video that I'm gonna talk about, or recording that I'm gonna talk about dreams. They're artificial dreams. Okay. I am not gonna respond. I'm not gonna break a dream down or tell you something what they're telling me in the dream. It's done. Because for me to respond to it, if I'm falling into the trap, no reaction is going to be given from me moving forward. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this. Okay, guys? And it's done. All right? And you should do the same. Do not respond to the dreams, and because it means nothing. It means nothing to me.